Hey guys, and welcome back here on Alpha Trading. Today we're going to talk about Apex Trader Funding, and I will give you a quick masterclass about this prop firm because in my opinion it's the best compared to all the others. So the first point that I have, the first topic, is the biggest advantages they have because they have so many good things that we will talk about. Even with all the competitors coming up, they are still the best today. So the second is which account is the best, so where you can make the best deal out of your money. Third is the risk management for Apex account, because I know that some of you traders find it very hard to get out of this trading drawdown or this threshold. And fourth is how to trade evaluations. Five is connecting data feeds, so Atas and TradingView. You're going to look up how to connect Rhythmic into your trading software, or we're going to look into TradeOvate, how to connect into TradingView. Six is how to trade funded, so there are different steps, evaluations and funded accounts. Also the third step would be live account, but in this video we're not going to talk about that. And I will give you some quick tips or some good tips how to trade funded account to actually get payouts. Seventh is effective payout strategy. So also I will give you a good strategy to generate payouts, because I know as many traders find it very hard, and some of you guys didn't even have one payout to get payouts. So I will give you an effective strategy to generate many payouts. Number 8 is the rules for the payout and tips, because many of you guys get denied from the payouts because you don't know all the rules, so I will explain it to you. And number 9, the last point, is how to request payouts and what the 3 stages of the payout could be and what they look like. So let's start with the first topic, and we will look up into the biggest advantages that Apex gives us. The first point is that we can trade 20 accounts simultaneously. So if you have 20 funded accounts, you can take them and put them into a following manager or a copy trader, and you can trade them simultaneously. I know that other prop firms also have this offer that you can trade multiple accounts simultaneously, but on the most accounts or the most prop firms it's capped up to 5, so you can only trade up to 5 accounts simultaneously, and Apex really they have up to 20, so it's the biggest advantage. The scaling really is the biggest advantage on Apex. Number 2, which I find very nice, is that evaluations can be completed within 1 day. So in the past you always had to trade several days to get funded, but nowadays if you reach your target, in this case for example 50k account, if you reach your $3,000 goal, you will get funded the next day. So it's a 1-day pass, and evaluations can get passed or can be completed in 1 day. So many other prop firms that I know have also rules for that, so you have to trade a couple of days to then get funded. Apex, it's the complete opposite. You only have to trade 1 day nowadays. So the third point is the most affordable provider, especially for beginners. If you look up into the prices and the pricing model of Apex, you will always get 80-90%, depends on the sale they have, and it's always, or it will always be between $15 and $30 for a 50k combine. And if you really look up into the other competitors there are, it always begins at $40-50. So Apex is really the cheaper or the cheapest provider, the cheapest prop firm there is, if you want to get an evaluation or if you want to get started with prop trading. And especially for beginners, I find it very nice because they don't have to put in so much money and can really learn how to control their emotions for not very a big amount of money. So the last point, and one of the biggest advantage also, is that it's the biggest prop firm for futures trading, and we know the bigger prop firms pay out bigger amounts because they have more revenue. So they are existing since 2021, so for 4 years, but generated or gave us and all the traders that are trading on Apex payouts, I think over $550 million now. And so if you compare that to other prop firms, they are really the number one in the payouts. So yeah, all these points are really speaking for Apex, that they really are the best, and these are the biggest advantages that in my opinion are very interesting in choosing your prop firm. So we will look up into the next which account is the best. And in my opinion, if you look up all the prop firms and all the data, you will always see that the smaller accounts are not profitable for the prop firm. So a prop firm account becomes profitable when over 50K in the most statistics. So the best accounts for us traders where we want to get payouts is that we always want to choose a small account, so a 25 or a 50K combined, because if we look the pricing, it's the cheapest one, and also your risk reward ratio. Really, if you look at your profit goal and trading drawdown or threshold, you would see that your numbers always get better and better. So your profit goal in this case, so for the 50K evaluation, would be $3,000 and your trading threshold 2,500. For the 25K account, you just have 1,500 goal and 1,500 threshold, so it's a 1-to-1. Here it's a bit better, but you would also have more space for your trades, so you can really have a bit of bigger size to reach that goal. But if you look up into a 100K combine, your profit goal would be 6,000, so yeah, double of this amount, but your drawdown would only be 3,000, so only half. So you would have a risk reward ratio, if we took this for an example, of 1-to-2. So yeah, it's not very good. And if you compare the statistics, always choose the 50 or the 25K evaluations or combines, because you can get your payouts quicker, because you will reach your profit goal faster. Also, your trailing threshold compared to your profit goal is always, close to be the same. So in the 25K it's the same, and in the 50K it's just $500 difference. So you always have a good ratio, and it's the cheapest one where you can get quickly payouts. Also, if we look up into the payouts, your payouts which you can request would decrease from the amount that you are trading. So if you are trading the 100K combine, and then you have a funded 100K account, and you reach your goal of 3,000 for the payout, or 6,000, I don't know it in this case, but you always could pay out less in comparison what you really traded on this account. So even for the payout, the 50K and the 25K accounts are the best option. Now let's look up what risk I recommend, because many traders are over leveraged, and how I trade to generate my payouts. So if we look up, you have your real balance. So the account always says 50K, 25K, 100K, but your real balance is really this threshold. So you have $2,500 in trailing threshold, which means if you get a trade in your positive way, so for example, if you have your drawdown, which starts here, so you are at 50K, your drawdown is here, and your profit target is above here. So if you take a trade and it develops very well, and you are, let's say, $1,000 in profit, but you close at break even, your drawdown will also go up $1,000, but will be locked here. So really your threshold is always a bit smaller, because you, in most of the cases, never closed your trade on the top of the move. So yeah, your drawdown really is always a bit smaller. But then if you have another good trade and close it here, your threshold will be locked here. Just if you come over this level again, over your maximum account balance, your drawdown will then become getting bigger and higher also, and then again be locked if you get out here. So I will show you in another example, but what risk do I recommend now? So you always have to divide your trailing threshold into your drawdown and look really what your statistics are. If you have a system where you have a drawdown in the past, like past 6 months, and you trade ES, for example, and in the past 6 months, your biggest drawdown was 6 trades after another where you lost, then your drawdown would be logical to have to be bigger than 6 trades. So you have to divide this at least by 7. So if we take this by 7, you would have a drawdown or a loss per trade that you can accumulate of $300-400. I always say take a bit more space from that. So in my opinion, if your biggest drawdown would be 6 or 7, I always recommend to take the trading threshold and divide it by 10, so that you risk $250 per trade, and then you can never really hit the drawdown if you trade within your system and don't do any variable shit. Now, as I told you, we have also a German channel, and for the German channel I also did a Apex Masterclass. So we're going to look up into how to install your data feed that you have from Apex into your trading platform. First we will start with the accounts that I'm showing here, and then I will show you that you always can use the code ALFA. Also have to fulfill all of your name, address, and anything else, and that then you would get your data feed, so that then you would get your account code and you will see it in your Apex Trader dashboard. So if we open Atas, for those who don't use Atas, you can skip this part, but if you use Atas or other trading platforms that require Rhythmic, you can also always add on your data feed. So you would add here, hinzufügen is add on German, and then you would choose your Rhythmic data feed. And then this example, you would choose your Rhythmic data feed, and then you would only do your login and password and your name if you want to, but then you would also automatically have your account here and then get connected. If you click on this connect here, which means connect in German. So as you can see, I made Apex Frankfurt. You can choose Apex Chicago if you have a American location, US location. So yeah, I think the most traders are using TradingView or TradingView, so we will look up into this. So if we click on connect, you would see your account here. So I didn't do this, and now we're going to look up into TradingView how to connect it. Now we got our username, so here my Apex ID, don't copy it or try to log into and then you would have your password. So what you have to do is first off initial sign in on TradingView, here TradingView.com. And what you then have to do is to activate here market data subscription. You have to click on non-professional. It's really important to click on non-professional, otherwise you would have problems or would have to pay some fees. So then you have to read and signature and so on and so on. And then your data would be completed. So it would open this panel here where you can see your account and where you are into the TradingView trader, which you can see over here. But also when you want to trade on TradingView, you have to go on the here to connections down here, click onto TradingView, and then again do your confirmation here. So your username and your password, but also very important, because sometimes it don't work. It's because you have to go on application settings under my face cam here. So I will show you a quick second here. You see I clicked on the application settings. One second, there is my face, I'm showing it. But here you will see the application settings. So if we click on this, and because error here, failed to log in is standing, we will have to click on this, and then we have to go to your add-ons. And if you go to your add-ons, you have a free TradingView add-on, which we can activate here. And if you activate it on TradingView, everything should work then you can log into your account, as you can see here. And now your account and your balance and everything is down here. So you see everything important, and now you are logged in to TradingView, and you could also do your positions in buying here and selling there. So if you have any question, regardless if it's of trading or risk or account or everything else, or if you have problems to connecting your data, you can always leave a comment. I will help you 100%. So yeah, that's how you connect your data feed. I hope you could understand it. And yes, let's go on with the video. Now let's talk about passing an evaluation or in combine and look into the rules. So there aren't many, but let's talk about them. First of all, reach a profit target of $3,000. So should be clear, you have to reach your target to pass the challenge. Second, note the trailing drawdown. If you reach it, your account will be lost. So as I explained to you, your trailing drawdown always follows up. So be sure that your position is adjusted, and also look where your drawdown is, and that you always know how much buffer you have. So if you lose some trades and then you hit your trading drawdown, your account will be liquidated. Also nowadays, as I told you many times, even when they have an offer, you only have a 1-day pass, but 1 to 7 trading days are required. Also, no overnight positions. Many prop firms don't allow overnight positions because it's too profitable for many traders and they would lose money. Some future prop firms allow it, but then only with the small size. Apex Trader Funding doesn't allow it. Also, last point, use code ALPHA for maximum discount. So if you want to support us, there will be some very good videos as this one in the future on this channel. As I told you, I want to practice my English more, and with very good information. So if you want to support us and if you always want to get the best deal at Apex, you can always use the code ALPHA. Now let's look really up into the interesting thing where many traders make their mistakes and why they get denied their payouts. So payout rules and my tips how I generated multiple 6 figures on prop firms. And the first of all really is you always have to look up into the rules of the prop firm. If you don't do this, you can't be 100% sure that you will get your payout because you don't know everything. So first of all, 8 trading days to request a payout are required. So in this 8 trading days also, 5 of the 8 trading days have to have a balance or a net P&L of over $50. So be sure that 5 of the 8 trading days are over $50 positive. For an example, if you reach your goal of in a 50k funded account of 52,600 and you want to request a payout of 500, but you only have 4 positive trading days of maybe let's say $800, you could not request your payout. You would have to trade another day with 50 or more net P&L, so minus the commissions. Always have this in mind. 30% consistency rule also, which many traders don't know, but on your account balance, if you reach 52,600, the 2,600 that you accumulated there, from this balance, the 30% is counted. So in this example, it would be something between 750 and 800. So you would have to do the mathematical side and really look up into what is the consistency. Really, I think it's 760. So if you have a trading day, let's say of $900, you could not request your payouts because the trading day would be more or higher than 30% of all the balance. So one trading day cannot surpass 30% of the account balance. Third point is safety net plus $100 as a reserve. So the trading drawdown is a safety net which goes up when we have profitable trades and then is locked at 50,000 plus 100 as reserve, so 50,100. And if you lose some trades and get back to your initial balance again, let's say 50,000 or 50,100 in this case, your account would also be liquidated. So even if you didn't lose money because you are still profitable, so $100 profitable, your account would be liquidated. So have this in mind, adjust always your positions. Use half of the size until the safety net is reached and don't over leverage. So if you have reached your safety net of 2,600, then you unlock the second part, so the second half of the accounts that you are allowed to trade. In a 50k account, you're allowed to trade up to 10 minis, and until you didn't reach your safety net, you are only allowed to trade 5. If you traded more, your payout would be denied. Risk reward ratio cannot be less than 5 to 1. Also really clear, if you want to gain, let's say, or if your target is at 20, so 20 ticks, your stop loss can't exceed 100 ticks. always have a stop loss and take profit. You can always adjust them so that later on you can explain to them, okay, I got out here because of this reason, but always use a stop loss where the risk reward ratio and where you can really show them the risk reward ratio was not 5-1 or less, and then everything could be good. So in a quick tip, if you get in a trade and you say, okay, I don't want to have a stop loss, or I don't want to have a fixed target, what I would do and what I always recommend is that you still put in your risk parameters, so Apex sees it. So maybe you put in a target of 200 ticks away and your stop loss of 600 ticks away, so that your stop loss and the profit target won't get hit, but that Apex in their system sees, okay, the risk reward ratio was not under 5-1. So then we have a very interesting rule which many traders don't know about. It's a 30% negative drawdown rule. So let's say you have your balance and your initial balance is 2,500 because of your drawdown, until you reach your safety net again. And even then the rule is still applied, but then it increases logically. Your negative drawdown per trade, so this is per trade, not per day, per trade cannot exceed 30% of your account balance, which means in the case of 2,500, your maximum loss per trade would be 750. So if you are in a trade and let's say you are down $800, it would be a soft breach, but oftentimes your payout would get denied or under review, which we will later on discuss. But always be sure to get out before you reach the 30% negative drawdown on your balance. Also, if you reach it, you are over leveraged, so you are not really a good trader. So never be around this number. Maximum $2,000 for the first 5 payouts. Also, you have a minimum withdrawal of 500 on the 50k combined on the 50k funded account. So the first 5 payouts really can only request between $500 and $2,000. After that, if you accumulated a high account balance, let's say $75,000, then you can later on request the full amount until your safety net again. But then keep in mind 25k, the first 25k per account, 100% yours. After that, there is a 90-10 split, so Apex gets 10% of the total balance when you pay out, so of your total payout. Also, no flipping allowed. So there also a tip for you guys. Flipping, many traders do that to fulfill the first rule of the 8 trading days. So let's say you have your balance, you want to get a payout. So many traders, what they do is that they get in within 1 micro and or one normal lot, and then get out of the position within seconds. So this is not very nice, or they don't want to see that at Apex because it's not within their philosophy. What you can do is you look really up what your position size is normally. Let's say your position size normally would be 1 normal mini, and then you would say, okay, I will take 1/3 because today there are news, volatility, and you could explain it a bit. And also then you go so within 3 micros, and what you want to do is to not get out of your positions within seconds, be in a trade for 1 or 2 minutes and then get out, so that it really counts as a trade. And also what would be nice is that you would close your trade at 50 profit or 50 loss, so that it counts really as a trade. Now some other tips. Let's look up one of my PA accounts and how I traded here to generate payouts. And as you can see, my risk goes down when the balance increases. So first started with more trades, more volatility between it. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. I think this was a payout of $1,000. I don't know, but I think it was a payout. It was a payout, this one. But as you can see, my risk was a bit higher. After this payout, which I generated, my risk goes down, and then I trade multiple accounts and spreads the risk on all the accounts. So here I'm going to trade micros, gain $100, $200 a day, sometimes even just 70 or so. But if I do it with 10, 15, 20 accounts, you can imagine that the scaling is really good. And this is why I said Apex had the biggest advantage, because really we can operate on our accounts. There's really small risk, but spread the risk on all the other accounts, so that one account is not over leveraged. So first of all, I will always start with a bit more risk to get in the zone where I can pay out. And when I'm in the zone where I can do my payouts, I would always decrease the risk. And as you can see in this example here, I traded, had some losses, which is normal, some good days, and then I took a payout. And after that, I traded only with the micros when my balance was like 52,000, 52,500 to always request my payouts. So quick tip for you, don't over leverage, don't go in too high. I always begin with 5 micros, one normal lot, and then I go down to like 2, 3, 4 micros, but really look that I spread my risk onto all my accounts and that one account is not over leveraged, what many of you guys do. So really have this in mind, that you want to spread your risk on all the accounts and have the less risk possible on one account. So if you look up, I took one account, and this account had 3 different stages. So you see payout numbers from this account is 1, 2, 3. So this account generated 3 payouts. And yeah, what we see is also my trading days. So we have here total close to 40 trading days. And I requested here 3 payouts. So first of all, requesting a payout is really easy. You go on to request a payout, then choose your account and then the amount, then you click on request, and then it would appear on this list. So there are 4 statuses on what your payout request can look like. First of all, pending would always be the first thing that will appear. Payout successfully requested, wait for an email. So if you have reached your goal, then request your payout and it's approved for your first time, or even when they approve it, we would get an email, or even when they deny it or under review, you will always get an email. So wait for an email to come. Then there are 3 different stages from the email. First of all, in many cases, it would be approved, because nowadays you can't really, or sometimes you can, but in most of the cases, you can't request a payout if it's going to get denied. So approved, your payout has been confirmed, you will be paid, 100% sure. Since many years I'm doing it. So in this case here, I got paid. Like I told you, the $1,000, I think, I got paid here. So after 19 trading days. Also, here you see account active, every stats you can see here. Second, I got denied here. I don't know. I think I broke a rule in this account and I got denied. So a payout has been rejected. If there is a denied, you can't really discuss it with Apex even. But if it's under review, so if it's here under review, you can send them a ticket or a mail and ask, hey, why is it under review? I've documented everything. Also a quick tip for you guys. What I always recommend is to take videos of your trades, to take videos of your sessions, so that you can always send it to them as a proof that you really traded within the rules. So approved, your payout has been confirmed. Denied, rule would be broken, so they never deny a payout, or in many cases they don't deny a payout if no rule was broken. And under review, an employee is reviewing your trades. Sometimes they will ask you questions about your trading style, want to get information about your strategy, so you will give them a list, and after this it would get approved, or your next payouts would be really easy to get. So yeah, pending, denied, paid, and under review are really the 4 stages that a payout goes through. And as you can see, it would look like this. So thank you very much. If this video helped you, comment alpha and show your support would be very nice. As I told you, and I told you many times now, I want to practice my English, so I really want to become better, and I want to grow this channel like our German channel, 5 figures of subscribers. And yeah, Would be very nice if you subscribe, like and comment, and then I would say let's see us in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.